Flames covered the land. Screams engulfed the air. The tall shadow men were to blame. Men, women, everyone was a victim of this unfortunate night. For the small village of Hopeful, this night was the night that they all saw their lives come to an end. It came out of nowhere, without warning, and no chance of escape. The tall shadow men tore through the town, not leaving a soul in sight. Why? Why did this happen? What was the purpose? It took merely minutes for everyone of the small village to be wiped out. No one was left, not one person, except a small boy. After all the death and destruction the Shadow Men caused, this young boy, no more than 6, didn't seem fazed, not one bit. The Shadow Men seemed intrigued by this boy, and instead of just killing him on sight, they decided to kidnap him. The purpose? For generations, they had been trying to find a way to combine their DNA to make everyone just like them. Every other test subject until then has died from these dangerous experiments, but this young boy, they thought, might have potential. The only survivor of his people, of Hopeful Village. Experiment. Hopeful survivor, age 6.
Let the experiment begin.
August 22nd, 1998. After the first injection of what we now know of the tall shadow men to be called the Nox was administered to experiment Hopeful survivor, he showed signs of acceptance to the serum. After further observation over the course of 7 years, many physical changes have happened to young Hopeful survivor. But the one thing that puzzled the Nox so much, the full takeover of the shadow, never occurred. Only half of the body was covered, and the Nox had tried everything to push a full takeover, but to no success. The Nox decided to not move forward with any more experiments and release the boy into their worlds, but not before taking any and all memories of all experiments and his old home. This would be the final test to see if the DNA of the Nox was a success and observe Hopeful, to see if he could blend in with the rest of their people. He was given a family, a small home, and a life. Several years have passed and it seemed like Hopeful was blending in quite well. The only thing that was concerning to the Nox was that the shadow still was not overtaking his body. The half remained. Then, one fateful day, everything changed for young Hopeful, who this entire time thought he was a part of the Nox's culture. He had come to realize after a fight he had had with someone from the lab that he was just another failed experiment. The doctor had told him that they had taken everything from him, that they killed his original family. Enraged by what he was hearing, he had no control over himself, and Hopeful killed the doctor. After realizing what he had done, the Nox decided to kill him.
Toss him off.
He was then thrown off the edge of the world, falling for what seemed like hours. Hopeful blacked out.
Wake up.
Getting to his feet, he started walking. Destination? Answers? Where did I come from? How did I get here? Why was I betrayed by the only family I knew? Most important, though, who am I? I wondered this question the most. Who am I? What is my actual name? The only name given to me was Hopeful Survivor. It's the only name I know. I must now journey and figure out who I am, to figure out who Hopeful Survivor really is.